As Gold Rush gears up for its explosive Season 16, legendary miner Tony Beets is once again proving why he's called the King of the Klondike. This year, Beets has brought in a true mechanical powerhouse, the Volvo EC550 Excavator. A massive 50-ton machine that's changing the game at his operation. For Tony, heavy equipment isn't just a means to move dirt. It's the lifeblood of his operation. Every second counts in the Yukon. And the faster a machine can dig pay, move overburden, or load trucks, the more gold ends up in the sluice box. After running the new EC550 for a couple of months, Tony and his crew are thoroughly impressed. Despite being classified as a 50-ton excavator, this model is outperforming expectations, rivaling even some 60- and 70-ton units that traditionally dominated large-scale mining sites. According to Tony, the secret lies in the machine's speed, precision, and efficiency. The EC550 is designed to cycle quickly, allowing operators to move more material in less time without burning through excessive fuel. Its balance of power and agility makes it a game-changer and beats demanding operation, where the goal is to keep the wash plants running non-stop during the short mining season. The faster you can get things done, the better, Tony often says. And this machine delivers exactly that. But it's not just about raw power. The EC550 brings a level of comfort and control that would have been unthinkable when Tony first started mining over 40 years ago. Inside the cab, the operator is surrounded by ergonomic design and modern technology. The seat is fully adjustable and air-conditioned. The controls are smooth and intuitive, and all the critical systems can be monitored from a digital screen. Operators can check fuel levels, monitor hydraulic performance, and even switch attachments with just a few taps. A far cry from the noisy, bone-jarring machines of the past. Tony often reflects on how far machinery has come since his early days in the industry. Back then, mining meant working long hours in the cold with machines that were stubborn and slow to start, especially during freezing mornings in the Yukon. Comfort features were non-existent, and efficiency was measured more by determination than technology. The new Volvo excavators, by contrast, make the work not only faster but also far less punishing. These new ones are faster, smoother, and way more comfortable, Tony noted, comparing them to the old iron beasts he once relied on. The EC550 has quickly proven itself as a versatile workhorse. Whether it's digging paid dirt from rich gravel layers, stripping away frozen overburden, loading massive haul trucks, or feeding material into the wash plant, this machine handles every task without breaking a sweat. Its fuel economy is another key factor in a business where every extra gallon burned cuts into profit. Efficiency is everything. For Tony Beets, investing in top-tier equipment is not just about convenience, it's about survival. The Yukon mining season is brutally short, and the weather rarely cooperates. Every breakdown or delay can cost thousands in lost gold. That's why reliability and performance are at the top of his list when upgrading his fleet. The Volvo EC550, with its combination of strength, technology, and operator comfort, fits that vision perfectly. As Gold Rush Season 16 unfolds, viewers can expect to see Tony and his crew putting this new powerhouse to the ultimate test. With multiple mining sites in operation and ambitious gold targets to hit, the King of the Klondike is betting big on his new machines. And if history is any guide, Tony Beets rarely makes a bet he can't win. Armed with his new Volvo excavators, years of experience, and his trademark drive to outwork the competition, Tony is once again setting the stage for another unforgettable season of Gold Rush. As he likes to say, with machines like this, the job's a piece of cake, and the Beets family is more than ready to prove it. One of his most iconic projects was the revival of a vintage gold dredge, a massive floating machine he purchased for over $1 million. At the time, many thought Tony had lost his mind, dragging a decades-old behemoth out of the bush. But in true Beets fashion, he poured countless hours and dollars into restoring it, determined to prove that the old ways still had value. Against all odds, he got the dredge running and in doing so created one of the most unforgettable moments in Gold Rush history. That bold investment wasn't just about nostalgia. Tony saw the dredge as a way to process gold on a massive scale capable of moving thousands of yards of pay dirt while using less fuel than traditional ground-based equipment. Even though the operation faced setbacks, the project showed Tony's willingness to gamble big for even bigger rewards. His fleet has always been legendary. Over the years, he's deployed Caterpillar D11 dozers, Komatsu 475s, and Volvo A40 haul trucks, some of the largest and most expensive machines ever seen on the show. Each piece of equipment represents hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of dollars in investment. Yet for Tony, these machines are essential. They're not luxuries. They're survival tools in the unforgiving Yukon wilderness, where every minute of uptime can mean the difference between success and failure. Many fans of Gold Rush have often wondered who foots the bill for the massive excavators, dozers, and wash plants seen on the show. With equipment costs easily climbing into the millions, it's easy to assume that Discovery might lend a hand to its stars when it comes to these enormous expenses. However, according to one of the show's most successful miners, Tony Beets, that couldn't be further from the truth. Tony Beets, the legendary king of the Klondike, has made it clear that every dollar spent on his mining operation comes straight from his own pocket. In a clip shared on the official Gold Rush Twitter page back in 2021, Beets explained just how costly a mining season can be. "We're going to double up this year," he said. "For that, we had to spend a couple $1 million on equipment." By the end of his upgrades, Beets revealed he had dropped an astonishing $7 million on new machinery and infrastructure to keep his operation moving forward. That figure might seem jaw-dropping to most people, but for Tony Beets, it's part of doing business. His success as a miner didn't come from television fame or sponsorships. It came from decades of hard work, shrewd financial decisions, and a relentless drive to make his operation bigger and better every season. Beets emphasized that Discovery doesn't pay for his equipment. Nor does the show cover the costs of running his massive mining business. Every excavator, bulldozer, and wash plant you see on his claim is something he bought or financed himself. For Beets, such enormous spending isn't reckless, it's strategic. He explained that these million-dollar investments are made because they're absolutely necessary for his operation to stay competitive. With short mining seasons in the Yukon and an endless race against time, having the right equipment can make or break a year's profit. "You have to spend money to make money," Beets often says. And in his case, those words couldn't be truer. Of course, it helps that Beets has the financial means to make these investments. Decades of successful mining and business ventures have allowed him to build a fortune, one that gives him the confidence to take risks that would most small operations. He's careful with his money, but he's also bold enough to recognize when it's time to scale up. When he spends millions on new equipment, it's because he knows the long-term payoff could be far greater. Tony's mindset has always been grounded in financial awareness. Long before the gold rush made him a household name, he was focused on one thing: opportunity. In an interview with Entrepreneur, Beets explained that he entered gold mining for one reason: the potential to make serious money. That goal hasn't changed. What has changed is the scale, from a small operation in his early years to a sprawling multimillion-dollar empire that now employs dozens and runs some of the largest machines in the Klondike. His financial independence also gives him full control over his operation. While some viewers assume Discovery helps fund the miners or shares profits from the gold, that's not how Gold Rush works. The show provides exposure and fame, but the risk and the reward are entirely in the miners' hands. If the season goes well, the miners keep what they earn. If things go badly, they bear the losses themselves. For Tony Beets, that high-stakes environment is nothing new. It's part of what keeps him coming back year after year. The thrill of the risk combined with the satisfaction of seeing his investment pay off fuels his passion for mining. And with millions already sunk into new equipment, Beets is betting big that Gold Rush Season 16 will bring another profitable haul. In the end, the truth behind Gold Rush's massive machinery is simple. The miners themselves pay for everything. Tony Beets, with his characteristic determination and business savvy, has built an empire entirely through his own investments. While Discovery captures the drama, sweat, and triumph on camera, it's the miners who shoulder the financial burden. And in Tony's case, he wouldn't have it any other way. After all, when you're chasing gold in one of the harshest environments on Earth, owning your success outright makes every ounce of gold that much sweeter.